All right, let's go. One more time. One.
That was a nice move.
All right. Two. Three.
What am I gonna do?
Where do we begin? Cuban father, Panamanian mother, Buddhist grandmother, two amazing brothers. The life that I lived wasn't always easy. There was a lot of things I endured that most people haven't. However, there's always a brighter side on the other side. It took a long time for me to get to the point that I'm at today, but I'm happy. Mi nombre es Ramón Emilio Guerra Pérez. Yo nació en los Estados Unidos, and I'm a boxer. I don't even know, honestly, where to begin. You know, if we go back to the beginning, I would say between birth and 9 years old, my father was with my mother. And basically, they were like oil and water. My mother was extremely passionate. She was an amazing singer. That's where she wanted her career to go. My father thought otherwise. My father was basically a construction worker. He was building roads, doing anything to make money, tearing down buildings and putting them back up, putting drywall up, loads of things. I've always remembered, like, growing up as a child, very, I wouldn't say like you grew up in the wrong place, because obviously I believe in destiny and there's things that you have to grow from, but I always felt like I always wanted just a normal family. So before we start about me, I'd like to shed some light on my mother. My mother will always be the most beautiful person I know. She had a very, very, very unfortunate, tough upbringing. However, we all grow, we all learn, we live, learn, love. That's my philosophy. Growing up with my mother, she was probably the most angelic person I know. To wrap it up shortly, my childhood was basically a mother that tried to protect me from, obviously, the environment that I grew up in, which was very gang-related, drug-related. You know, there's sometimes when you need to eat or you need clothes or whatever it may be, you'll do things that you don't necessarily think is right. I was always in athletics. I grew up boxing in terms of I never competed. Let's make this very clear. I'm a self-taught boxer. Everything you see me do, from a jab to a right hand to slipping to rolling, I've learned from film, seeing a fight, fighting in the streets, etc. I've never had, I long for a trainer to pick me up and mold me. I'm moldable. I just haven't had the opportunity. However, I have a ridiculous determination in myself, so that's what led me to the point of my talent at the moment. I'm a very strong-willed, determined person, but I'm very real and emotional, and I know I get that from my mother, and possibly a bit from my father. I'm always grateful for her, and I love you, Mom. First time I got into the ring, obviously I was very young. I used to actually fight in my basement, which a lot of people don't know. I used to do like this little promotion where I'd invite all my buddies, we'd have our headgear, our gloves. And obviously we grew up not in the best neighborhood, so you had some tough dudes. And we used to like just bring people to the house in the basement. My mom don't know. And we used to just fight, duke it out, headgear, no headgear, whatever. And we'd do 20, 25 minutes straight. The square circle. So this is for people that don't understand traps. You know, like say for example, my philosophy is that boxers, yeah, we're fighters, yeah, we're warriors, yeah, we're combatants, blah, 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 blah. But ultimately you have different styles. So I am a gamer, so I'll put this in a format where people can kind of understand outside of boxing. You have like mages. You have, you know, let's say infantry, whatever. You have an infantry person, straightforward, in the trenches, finds the target, boom, puts him down. A mage is the type of person that'll be a bit more reluctant, set up traps, da-da-da. Then you can find somebody that's in the middle.
Right.
Okay? So we use the square circle philosophy. So say the boxing ring is a square. If you cut off the edges, it becomes a circle. So the square circle is basically you setting up traps subconsciously through time of sparring and moving around in the ring. It's like you have eyes on the back of your head, literally. You can feel when you're coming to a rope. You can feel when you're coming to the corner without even looking. It's no different than riding a bike. You know when you're gonna tilt or fall off the bike, just naturally. So say for example, the square circle, the way to utilize it, say if you're going back and you know that you're reaching, let's say, a corner. Well, the corner cuts into a V. You don't wanna be stuck in that position because you can't go left, you can't go right.
De Alto Cedro voy para Marcané, llego a Puerto voy para Mayarín. De Alto Cedro voy para Marcané, llego a Puerto voy para Mayarín. De Alto Cedro voy para Marcané, llego a Puerto voy para Mayarín.